Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to be here and I'm so happy that you're watching my video. So today we again will have a video in English about one beautiful and wonderful story. Let's start. And today I want to continue to tell you about the N.Gaiman's second story. It's Neverwhere. I have Russian edition, but I will tell you in English about this. And don't be sure, at the end of the video you can see a lot of different coverings which can show you that the coverings can be really great. I wanted to start to speak about this book, about the Russian publishing, about the edition. And I really love this. It's really good. It's really awesome because we have the wonderful and beautiful covering of the book, and the pages really cool. It's hard, it is thick, and you don't afraid that you can throw them up. So I can show you it's like this, and you can see that letters are changing the color, and I hope you will see this in your telephone or laptops. So also we have here a paper covering and the hard covering. It's the same. So if you don't like the paper covering, you can throw it up and use this one for enjoying the story. So I wanted to tell you about the story, and I wanted to attend to you that story is not for kids, especially not for kids, because we have a lot of here politics, gods, demons, angels, and so on. So I think for kids it will be a bit difficult to understand. So we have a main character. It's Richard, and he is not a lucky guy in his life. So he doesn't have a good life, he doesn't have a good job, he doesn't have a good fiance. I will tell you about her later. And he also has the bad habit. It is drinking alcohol, and he likes to do this in bars and pubs with friends, together or alone. It doesn't matter to him where he can drink. And also about his fiance, it is Jessica. She is a hard-working person. She loves career. She has a good career, and she always tried to treat our Richard not to be a man. Like if she said something, Richard must do this without any words. And she is the most cruel person here because she's really rude with Richard. And we can see that the Jessica asked our Richard to be in a good condition tonight because they must be at the dinner with her boss in a restaurant, in an expensive restaurant, and she hopes that her job will be better after this dinner, and maybe the boss decided to give her another position in this office and she will be the best person in this company. But Richard was not Richard, as he did something wrong at this night, because he forgot. Well, for 100%, he forgot about the dinner, about the fiancé, about everything. When he was going from the pub, it was a pub, and he found a girl who was lying on the earth with bleeding, with blood on her body, with a lot of hurts, and he decided to help her, and he decided to take her to his home. And from this moment we have a wonderful magical story, because this story is really magical. It can be some kind of realistic things, and you can really enjoy this because you can see reality and the magical world. So this girl's name was a door. So a door, like we can open and it can come in the room, for example. And she has a magical skills, like she can do in different places some doors to the place where she wants to go. And I think it's really cool. It's really nice. It is good for time. And our Richard went home with this girl and he decided to help her, but she said that he didn't want to be in a hospital and he mustn't call ambulance because she doesn't have passport, documents about who is she, where is she, and so on, because she is not from this world. And she started to tell him the wonderful story about London. So Richard lives in London and he loves very much this city, he loves his country, he is a fan of tradition and so on. So he is the best person in this country. And our girl started to tell him that there is a problem with London, because London is just reality. And under the London, they have another world, like world with another people, with another creatures, which some kind of fantasy and magical, something like that. Of course, Richard thought that something wrong with this girl, that she may be hurt with her head, and he decided not to ask some questions about this shit, and he decided to believe that this is to come true. Also, we know about two bad guys who are like killers, and they wanted to catch our girl Doe for their owner, because he needs this girl for opening their door, which he really needs, because nobody can do this instead of our door. And at this moment when Richard and the door was chatting in the flat, these two guys understood. How they understood, I didn't tell you, it's magic, that the girl in this flat, and they decided to come and catch her. But they didn't, because when they went in the flat, Richard was very argued and angry. He didn't found. And they didn't found the door. The girl is missed. What's happened? Nobody knows. Also, we can see after this strange meeting, our Richard with these two guys, that something wrong with these two killers, because they look like people, but they have different habits, like good noses, like for smelling some smells in the city, and from this they can find something. The second person, he had a strong power, so he can, I don't know, to throwing up something very hard and heavy. And Richard started to think, okay, maybe that girl was right, and happened something bad with London, so now they can have the world under the London. And from this moment, we can see the traveling and adventure our Richard to the underworld of London. It's Neverwhere, and we can see a lot of dark places without lights, without sunlight, because nothing is there. And we can see a lot of people who live there, how they live, how they looks like, what about the clothes. We understand that most of them are very poor, they don't have money, they don't have food. And also we start to understand that something bad with this the second world, because the air is not clean for breathing. The walls and the roads very dirty, and sometimes it's very scary to step by step there. And the people started to think, oh my gosh. And Richard was really shocked when he firstly was in this place. Also in this story, we know the story life of our Doe, how she was small, and we know about her family, about her parents, that they were killed by somebody which we don't know, and Doe also doesn't know who was it. And it's like a main mystique problem in this story, and our Doe decided to understand what's happened with her family, who killed them, and maybe revenge them, because her main point in this book is not to help and not to start to live a better life, not to make happy herself. No, her main point in here is revenge to the person who killed her family and her dad, because she was a fan of the dad. She just loved him very much, so that's why it was very bad for her to understand that the dad is dead. And all the book, we together with Richard and our girl Doe and with some other guys, we just traveling through the underworld, under this London, the bad London, how people say. And you know, sometimes I had a question, why people who lives above don't understand what's happened. They didn't notice anything. No people, no smells, no sounds which can go from the under London. And this was shocking for me. Also, we can see here a lot of creatures who lives in this world. It's a big crocodile, the big rats, a big mouse, and something like that. Bats, some scary sounds. And if you wanted to feel how it can to be blind. Yeah, I can say blind, because you can't see anything, because you're always in the dark. You just can feel by your skin. You just can hear by your ears what's happening around you. And this is really scary, because also I sure that you will have a goosebumps on your body. Also, the main point for me for buying this book was illustrations of Chris Riddell. I hope you remember my talking about Caroline, where there were illustrations by Chris Riddell too. You know that I'm his fan. I'm fan of his style of illustrate, of drawing, and it's really cool. Because sometimes, you know, when you open just the pages, at the pages you can see their small illustrations of some places or some creatures like this. Yeah, here we can see the small angel and so on. Also, you have illustrations like this. And also I like that these all illustrations, they are not colored. They illustrated by pencils, and it is really cool. I like the style. I like Chris Riddell. I also, and again, will tell you that the tandem of Chris Riddell and N.Gaiman really great. I really happy that they found each other. They worked together, and they continue to work together. And I hope that one day I will find a new book of N.Gaiman with illustrations of Chris Riddell. And I don't tell you what will the finish of the book, because I hope that you will buy this or find this and you will read this and enjoy the story. I put this 4 out of 5 because sometimes I was ended the line of speaking the author, because I don't understand what's happened. And for me, in some places and some situations was really difficult to understand, because we have information about religions in this world, and sometimes when they started to speak to you about angels, about how different angels connect, how these angels can solve doors, they can solve problems of people and so on, you started to think, oh my gosh, I think I missed something. So that's why I hope that this book will be in my list of rereading books, because, you know, I don't like reread books, but this one I really loved. And I think that it is a great time to read this book in this time, in October or beginning of November, because it is a really scary and story with some dark places, and you can feel yourself like, oh my gosh, I'm so scary and booing. So that's why I decided to tell you that you need to read this in this month for Halloween, or maybe for feeling the scary feelings after the Halloween. And will be the best variant for this. So if you really enjoy my telling about this book, if you really enjoy my emotions about this book, because I really have wonderful, kind and very calm emotions about this book. It doesn't matter that we have a lot of creatures and monsters here, but for me this story is like a rule how you know to be in your real life. Yeah, like our Richard. So all his life was unlucky and unhappy because he tried to be good for other people, and for his fiancée Jessica too. And that's why he couldn't feel himself like a good man who can enjoy his life and so on. And I think that this is the main position and point in this book. So I'm very interested. Have you read this book? Did you enjoy this? What are your emotions? What are your feelings? And of course, I'm very happy to speak with you in English, sometimes once in a month. And I hope you will enjoy this video, you will like this. And of course, if you will have comments, please write me something. I will be very happy to enjoy your comments. Thank you for watching. Bye!